communicating it to the invitees who attend the conference, and then within 12 months it plays out in the real world. Another example of how Bilderberg does have power, and its members do exercise it aggressively in their host nations. Now, of course, with regard to Iran, Bilderberg all along has been skeptical of an attack on Iran. In 2008, they said that it wasn't the right time to launch military airstrikes on the country, and this kind of dovish theme has followed in Bilderberg meetings throughout history, because they're mainly dominated by the European socialist contingent who prefer to get their world government by little steps rather than massive advances. But for the first time in 2010, according to Jim Tucker and his sources from inside Bilderberg, they now overwhelmingly support an attack on Iran in 2010. So, I mean, we're at the most significant danger of that happening now over the last 12 months, because history has shown us that if Bilderberg call for something, they usually get it. And it's happened with many different policy areas before, and one can only hope that it doesn't happen again. But according to Tucker now, the majority of Bilderberg members want the attack on Iran, so, you know, watch out. But as we can see from what I've just documented in the list that I've just provided of concrete examples of Bilderberg having a direct impact on global policy, people like Belay and Hollingshead have been proven completely wrong in their claims that Bilderberg has no influence whatsoever. So we've got a lot of explaining to do.
Don't answer it.
If fear strikes your heart when the phone rings, knowing it may be another bill collector, it's time for you to call Zero Debt in 90 days. 800-477-9256. Settlements, bankruptcy, and attorneys are not the answer and may end up costing you up to 10 times more than necessary. Listen, if you're already in debt, does it make sense to get buried in another payment plan? Zero Debt in 90 days gets you out of debt in 90 days guaranteed, without a payment plan and without attorneys or going to court. Get the fastest relief from debt on the planet when you call 800-477-9256. If you have debt with the IRS, credit cards, student loans, or a foreclosure, we can help at Zero Debt in 90 days, and we are the only organization to provide written guarantees on the results. Go to ZeroDebtGuaranteed.com. That's ZeroDebtGuaranteed.com. Or call now for free information. 800-477-9256. That's 800-477-9256.
The question is, where should the American people draw their line in the sand?
What have we got? A republic or a monarchy?
A republic is based on a constitution which protects minority rights.
Not democracy, not mob rule, two wolves and a sheep voting on what's for dinner.
So they think they own our land, they think they own our water, children, our education, our money.
We have to define who we are and what we will tolerate.
Somebody's going to ask you what you did during the Patriot Uprising.
You have been warned.
We have the facts. We have the Constitution. We have the Bill of Rights. We have common law. Knowledge is power, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm so excited to be able to offer you Don't Tread on Me, Rise of the Republic. Tyranny is upon us, but liberty and the sleeping giant that is the American people is rising. A new tool in the info war. Don't Tread on Me. Order it at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com, or call toll-free 888-253-3139 and support independent, patriotic Liberty films.
When you hear the words water purification, what comes to mind? If it's Berkey Water Purification Systems, this message is for you. Did you know that over 60% of municipal water contains fluoride at less than 2 cents per gallon? Berkey water filters purify treated and untreated water, remove dangerous chlorine, fluoride, and contaminants from municipal water. These filters are powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water, making them perfect for rainwater collection systems. From the smallest to the largest systems, BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com has what you need. With your system purchase, you'll receive a shower filter, a fluoride filter, or 2 sport Berkey bottles absolutely free. BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com would like to offer GCN listeners 5% off all ceramic filter systems and ship all orders over $50 free of charge. Visit BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. Or call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY today.
Everybody knows that the dice are loaded.
Global elite are in crisis. They're furious at being exposed. They want Americans disarmed, destitute, and disengaged from caring about who is really running their lives in a completely illegal and undemocratic manner from behind closed doors. Now, Bilderberg and the march towards world government is an open conspiracy. It cannot continue in a veiled form. They have to put it out there in the open. But in doing so, they run the risk of the resistance to the agenda growing in leaps and bounds on a regular basis, which is exactly what's happening with the Bilderberg group, who are experiencing protests in growing numbers year by year, increasing media attention year by year. And they're upset about it. They're furious. We had the conversation overheard by the London Guardian journalist Charlie Skelton, who said that Bilderberg organisers were incensed at the fact that they were bullhorned in 2006 by Alex Jones, and that protesters still have an income, that's a direct quote, an income that enables them to travel to Bilderberg meetings on a yearly basis to protest the dirty deeds being done behind closed doors by these globalists who their own Bilderberg members now admit set policy. Bilderberg sets policy, it's admitted, it's no longer up for debate. Etienne Davignon admitted that Bilderberg created the euro. Now, NATO Secretary General, former NATO Secretary General Willy Claes, two-time Bilderberg member, former Foreign Affairs Minister for Belgium, admits on a Belgian radio station, Bilderberg does set policy. They mandate their members to follow a report that's compiled from each member's presentation and then, to the best of their ability, set it as policy in each of their nations. So there's no debate on it anymore. Chip Boulay, Ian Hollingshead, all these debunkers who have attempted to claim that people who think that powerful people might get together and scheme in an anti-democratic way to increase their power are Looney Tunes. Well, that's completely been proven inaccurate. And these people have a lot of explaining to do because you can no longer excuse them by using ignorance. I mean, this stuff's out in the open. Either they're really shoddy researchers or they're being paid to lie by the organizations that fund them, like the Ford Foundation that funds the group that Chip Boulay works for. So we know Bilderberg now is an open conspiracy. We know that their agenda is a post-industrial revolution. They want high unemployment, high taxes. They want to implement fascist austerity measures, which are coming to the United States within 7 years, according to the latest GDP to national debt ratio reports, which show that the USA is going to be in exactly the same situation as Greece in roughly 7 years. So will we see the kind of riots on the streets that we saw in Greece and continue to happen around the world? A lot of people are predicting that we will see that. Don't forget that in the 70s in the United Kingdom, tax was at 98% for people earning over $20,000. So there's going to be a lot of strife to come, and it just remains to be seen how far they will push this fascist austerity agenda and how the American people will react. But for sure, the globalists are in crisis. The American people are rising in revolt against it, and that, as Alex Jones said in his video the other day, has the globalists running scared, and patriots should be popping champagne corks in recognition of what we've achieved and the long march to freedom in the future.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Be sure to visit GCNlive.com today.
Let me tell you a little bit about one of our great sponsors, HomeGain.com. This is the place to get you started buying or selling a home, finding a realtor, and getting any real estate questions answered. Go to HomeGain.com and see what I'm talking about. All you need to do is type in your home address, and you will get an instant free